All right. We are about ready to go and, well, speak to the Duke. But first, we need to report back to Lady Webb.
How fares your search?
Well, oh, well, this is a new. If I'm going to do this for you, I think it's time you told me everything about Theos. Yeah. Do you have more information on him? Also, we're ready for the animancy hearings, but first Theos.
I've told you everything you need to know.
But not everything.
It's only right that you know everything. When I was younger, before Dunreed Row, I had many suitors.
Was Theos one of them?
These were fine-looking men of good stock. But I could see their thoughts, and they were unimpressive.
Right.
Boys' thoughts. I toyed with their affections. I resented all of them.
Damn. Poor kids.
And then I met a man whose mind was a mystery to me. But he understood me. He
and it
knew
was
me
Theos.
at a glance. Told me things I didn't know about myself. He was neither handsome nor charming. But he was all I ever wanted.
Yeah. You're talking about Theos.
We made a game of my gift. He would ask me about people, and I would tell him what they were thinking. Sometimes the information was very sensitive.
Making use of you.
And then one day he asked me if I trusted him. I said I did. Next I knew I was donning a silver mask and swearing oaths to Woodica. Using my gift for the leaden key still felt like a game to me, so I did it. I did it because it pleased him.
He is quite the manipulator, it seems. But it didn't last.
I don't like living in the dark. It's a powerless, hopeless feeling. Every day I did things without knowing their purpose. Every day I loved a man without knowing his thoughts of me. I sensed that there were things he wanted to tell me. I sensed that he knew everything the leaden key was created to hide. But Theos was unyielding.
Imagine he's probably the only one who knows everything the leaden key was created to hide. Also, not so sure you would enjoy his thoughts of you. Probably thought of you as a little more than a tool. It's probably the same with everyone in the leaden key.
One day I disappeared without a word.
Including our past life.
They would kill me for it, and I knew that. It's their rule. I just wanted to see him plunge the knife, because then I would know. But the day never came.
Oh.
He has left me to wonder.
That's interesting. Imagine it's not because they didn't know where to find you.
I have devoted my years to learning everything I could about him, in hopes I would find some clue as to who he really was, and why he felt he had to keep his secrets locked away. I have precious little to show for it. Just an old woman nagged by old thoughts.
That kind of makes me wonder if, maybe he didn't think of you just as a tool. Maybe a precious tool. Interesting.
And that is truly everything I can tell you about Theos. I hope you will accept this embarrassing story as a show of my good faith.
I do. Thank you for telling me. Truly. All right, when that out of the way, I'd like to discuss the animancy hearings.
What of them?
The Knights of the Crucible have accepted me into their delegation.
Good. Avar Wolfgren looks to the Crucible Knights as a voice of reason and order.
Right.
Speaking from their section should lend you credibility with him.
Kind of wonder what you'd have to say about the Dozens and the Doimenels. The Doimenels control the underworld. You wouldn't want to move against them openly or something. I don't know.
You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Deerwood can be mobilized against the Leaden Key, and Theos can be rooted out.
Oh, yeah. Especially if...
I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that
I like
I've
you, Lady
been
Webb.
saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to say, I imagine it'll be quite easy to mobilize the Deerwood, especially if we openly, publicly tie the Leaden Key to as the direct cause of the legacy. Oh, I can discuss more.
What of them?
No, I can't. All right. Time to go talk to the Duke. It's been a pleasure, Lady Webb. Hope I don't come back to find you dead. I don't think Theos is going to take all of this very well. All right, before we head in, I did just make a change. I've switched us to Path of the Damned, at least for now, since hard was getting a little bit easy, it seemed. Maybe not the bounty fights, but even those might be easier now, I'm not sure. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
As you wish.
Hello, Sidley. Why are you injured at all? Wait, I feel like that's new. Did I activate that somehow on accident? Well, whatever. Just, oh, go to the upper floor. Thank you. Where's the upper floor? So I can't, yeah, I can't go through there. You mean there's an entrance up here? Received word from Commander Cliver that you would be attending, Gwyneth. The balcony has been opened for you. Thank you. Here we go. Duke Avar Wolfgren. The room below is animated amidst a heated debate. All the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible knights, stiff in their noisy armor, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of House Doimenel, casual, watching with a predator's interest. Still elsewhere are the ramshackle dozens, who have made no special effort to dress up for their liege lord. Interspersed are animancers in their academics' robes with expressions either sour or concerned. There's Duke.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
A fair question. At the back of the chamber sits the Duke, sprawled in his throne, worn down but alert and feisty nonetheless.
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
That is a really high podium. I feel like you should probably step on the stool there. I don't think the Duke can see you.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
I know you. Your voice. Durla, Doimenel.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Dominel? You can't have it both ways no more. Animancy goes, or this country goes.
That explains Doimenel's interest in all this. Profitable times.
So you admit, Master Barask, that animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was.
Huh. Are you one of the Crucible Knights? Taragith, Bjordsson? I assume that guy there was the, dozens.
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
I can see this is a very productive debate here.
The experiment failed, yes, but his work...
His work was sabotaged.
Ah, our new delegate from the Knights of the Crucible. What makes you say sabotage?
All at once, the attendees turned their faces toward you, a mishmash of judgment and incredulity. Only the Duke, a wild-looking man with a scraggly beard, seems unfazed by your interruption. A rival Animancer confessed it to me during an investigation. No. I met a false patient in Brackenbury Sanitarium who had tampered with Azo's machinery. Yeah.
The fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
You're not wrong about that one specifically. He was kind of messed up.
Indeed. Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not still accountable here?
This is not the Bale Reach incident. This is a responsible scientist who was manipulated. I don't know if I'd go that far. Those who know me around here know me to be fair in judgment. Cadman Azo should be held innocent. I'm not sure I'd go that far either. Those who know me... I forget what I said way back when we first were confronted with this man. I don't think he should be... Ooh. No, I can't. On this one, Cadman Azo should be held guilty. He was a monster. Aloth whispers between gritted teeth. After the force we saw at the sanitarium, I couldn't agree more.
Exactly! Look at what happened in Heritage Hill. Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes Animancy leaves!
Well, no. That one is, not on the, that one's not on Animancy.
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
That's fair.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justicia! You turn a blind eye, and look what happens.
I've been to Heritage Hill since the quarantine. The knights were unable to control the damage. It was not Animancy, but an ancient machine that caused it. That one is very true. Yeah.
You've some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath.
My word is my oath. I challenge anyone here to find someone who knows different. Yeah.
I had heard whispers of a new delegate set to attend today's hearing. I admit that your candor was mentioned more than once.
I appreciate that these the personality traits actually have come back in some way. I was wondering what effect those would have eventually.
Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill.
Ter Nauneth houses an Ingwithan machine that holds dominion over the flow of souls. It was this machine that made the district undead. Do you think that was the machine's purpose, or just a dire side effect? Kana shudders. But then, why would the Ingwithans build such a machine at all? That is a fantastic question I have wanted to know. They were very skilled at the manipulation of souls, very clearly. But for what purpose? That is the question, Kana.
Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of Animancers had been spending time there. Surely their tinkering had something to do with this.
Their presence doesn't prove cause. Their testimony is not evidence, it is a guess. That's true. I have reason to believe that there were others at the tower who might have done this. There's no denying that they were studying dangerous machinery they did not understand. I mean, that's true, but that's also not worthy of finding them guilty of like execution or anything. Well, they're already all dead, but they followed ambition blindly, taking few precautions. That's sort of true, but no. This probably would have happened regardless. I mean, the Blood and Key was going to make it happen one way or another.
Animancy has many enemies. You need only look around this room to see it.
You're missing the point. Everywhere there's animancers, there's disaster.
Is that true, Edric Morley? Everywhere.
We all know what Widewind's legacy's really about. And it ain't about some sparkling saint from Creed Ceres who's mad because he took a stroll down the wrong bridge.
No, you're correct there. But it's also not about animancy. Ha! Wrong bridge indeed. Oh, darns. Your love-hate relationship with everything to do with your goddess is amazing.
It's about a bunch of so-called intellectuals fucking with the natural order while the rest of us gotta suffer for it.
No. I'm sorry. I mean, only so far in the sense that the Ingwithans did, I suppose. They gave us the possibility.
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach a clear conclusion? I mean, what proof do we have?
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son. My wife let him slip when she was bathing him.
Damn.
Got water in his lungs, he couldn't cough up. My daughter?
Ugh.
We put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing.
Man,
It's
I'm
all of
sorry.
one thing. It ain't ending. And it ain't ending because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker.
That's an insult. Copper fucker. I feel bad for the guy.
Enough, Adric. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate?
Yeah.
Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
The grieving mother reaches toward your mind with hers. Bring order to the chaos here. I can. The crowd begins to mutter, the sound taking a doubtful character. Right idea, Watcher. Taking this hearing by the curly ones. Don't waste your chance. Widewind's legacy is the creation of the Leaden Key. Kedman Azo's downfall was their work, as was the tower in Heritage Hill. They want you to do this. They want animancy to fall. Yeah. To what end is the question? Duke Avar. The dull muttering expands into a din of skepticism that fills the hall. I have seen them in the ruins of Erglanfath, operating machines that just disrupt and redirect the flow of souls, near towns like Gilded Vale and Dareford, where the legacy is universal. As a watcher, I have heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing the souls of the unborn.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
Hey. Please, I only want to help Darewood. You want to see crazy. Make one more smart comment just like that. No. Let's not be a dumbass. Birth invalids until your womb dries for all like. Jeez, no. You shame your order by dismissing the truth before hearing it, madame. I expected better from a knight of the Crucible. Yeah, I did. If he did, for your husband's sake, I hope at least... Oh, jeez, he at least left the brothel unlocked. God damn. If, as the Duke says, no theory has more proof than any other, what is the harm in hearing one more? Let's go with the shaming. You shame your order.
You must know, friend, that the Leaden Key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play. I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. Help us believe you.
Gladly. What's more likely, the gods are destroying Durwood for a science practice in many parts of the world, or that a group of people hates animancy and wants it suppressed? I mean, yeah, but that's not really an argument. At least not a very good one. It's okay. I think we can do better. The Latin Key is very real. They are foreigners from Edir and Red Karis who hate Durwood and want to see us suffer. Let's say a lord is cuckolded by his wife. If he tells her to stop, she'll only want her lover more. But if he spreads a rumor that her lover has just visited a brothel and acquired a pox on his loins, she'll end it on her own. That's an analogy. We all want the same thing here. We want Widewind's legacy to end. If we work together instead of arguing, we can stop the people who are doing this. Or, honestly, if you know anything about me, you know this. I've been called many things, but never a liar. An honest witness is the best piece of evidence you have in this matter. Well, that may be true. Though, honestly, the whole, witnesses are one of the worst forms of evidence in general. I don't like just relying on my reputation, though. This isn't terrible as long as it's not left on its own. Yeah, what's more likely? Another guess? Throw her out on her ass, Your Grace. She's wasting our time. Okay, here we go. I have seen these machines with my own eyes, and they operate by mechanisms only someone with ancient knowledge would understand. No group but the Leaden Key traces back that far. Shall I tell you, perhaps, then, of the robes these people wore, of the runes inscribed in a dead language swearing an oath to Woodica, to seal knowledge with a key of lead? Sound like children to you? That one ties it a little bit more.
I don't know about all of this.
Well,
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
well. The Knights of the Crucible were instrumental in aiding my investigation. They really weren't. Not that I can recall. I took a personal interest in the matter and tried to learn what I could. That is the honest answer. But, yeah. I don't see any reason to really give the Knights of the Crucible more recognition than they truly deserve for this matter. Took a personal interest.
Indeed. This land is foreign to you, unless I miss my guess. Your efforts on its behalf are to be commended.
Okay, let's not toot my own horn here. To be fair, I took a personal interest in it for very selfish reasons.
But these hearings are about more than Widewind's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What would you do if you were in my position?
Oof. See, I would allow animancers to continue their work. They explore questions we all wish to understand. If we'd known more, perhaps this crisis could have been averted. That's definitely a possibility and where I lean towards. Animancy should be studied in Durwood. If you don't, someone else will. They will wield greater power over you. That's true. But, I'm not exactly a fan of the whole, sort of, semi-prisoner's dilemma there. The Animancers of Durwood have been given too long a leash. The practice should be restricted and controlled. I mean, I fully believe we need to have better regulation over their research. But, truth, I'm not completely confident Animancy doesn't have anything. No. Definitely not in favor of banning the practice. Animancy is too dangerous. We were not meant to use it. I'm full support. They should be allowed to continue their work. Aleph shakes his head. Animancers serve their own ambitions and their own purses. Giving them this power is like setting a child loose in an armory. I mean, maybe. Perhaps I should have gone with the, have them regulated, but, I do not trust these animancers, seeking first after gain and glory, but if they can heal our children, I would not hinder them. Right.
Very well. That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. Many days we've been at this. It is time we put it to rest.
Oh? And what are you going to say?
I want to thank the delegations for helping me to collect my thoughts. In particular, I want to thank our new delegate, who has given me much to think about, and who alerted me to a new enemy I had failed to see.
It's no trouble, Duke Avar.
The time has come to choose a direction for the Deerwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement.
Oh, shit. Don't have to discuss with your scholars and scribes.
Ramir D. Barash, representing the interests of animancers in Deerwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
Done what I could, Barash. Who is...
The arguments for and against animancy are both strong in their own way. I must be careful in my judgment.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
Deus!
What's he doing?
You fuck.
No, wait!
Stop this at once!
Shit. That.
I've given you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you?
Theos.
Another time. I am already late.
He got what he wanted. Man, he played us. I don't think it mattered what his pronouncement was gonna be. He was gonna murder the Duke, one way or another. The words, "Shall I end it for you," ring in your ears. You find yourself gasping for breath, struggling to keep your own balance. You drop to a knee and watch as Theos hurries out of the building. The world dims around you, the screams and clashing of weapons fading to silence. All that remains are the words.
Shall I end it for you?
Theos stands at a pulpit high above an assembly of robed onlookers, you among them, clustered around a wide, circular pit carved of stone. He said those words to me before, did he? He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel overlooking the Great Stone of Ma. The Great Stone Ma. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed. Jeez! And the bottoms of her feet are charred black. The skin on one side of her face looks like a melted candle wax, black and red and seeping, and the angle of her back suggests a spine and ruins. For all that, her expression betrays little of her anguish.
I am already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
Damn. She was an elf. Her eyes are barely open and her words come between strangled breaths. But they are steady, unbroken. I don't think this is us, since it said we were in the crowd.
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
Damn. He nods to a hooded attendant who begins untying her from the wheel. That's symbolic. Was granted Dominion of the Sleepers. Man. Imprisoned her soul. You open your eyes to the beamed ceiling of the palace's grand entry hall. The clangs of metal striking metal waft in from outside alongside the cries of the injured as you stagger to your feet. Theos is gone. Gwyneth! Kanarua moves to your side, looking around anxiously. I hope you're fit to walk, because we can't stay here any longer. Uh-oh, what happened? Well, I see a knight dead over there. Off to one side, you can hear the clinking rustle of chainmail. You look over to see a wounded guard slumped against the wall. He's trying to say something, seemingly directed at you. But at first, it's too faint to hear. He gathers his breath and manages to rasp out a few words. Oh, yeah, I was worried about this. Lady Webb, she's the only. She must be told. She'll know what to do. Please, find her. Tell her everything. The guard passes out and slides to the floor, still. Freaking yikes. But is the knife finally gonna... Sadly, you're alive. Is the knight finally going to, or the knife finally gonna find its way into her stomach? Don't go out there. There's rioting in the streets. Yeah, shoot. But we have no choice. We have to save Lady Webb. Yikes. The justiciars, stand down, we don't want to fight you, are in no position to handle this. You picked your side. Yeah, they don't stand a chance against the proper armor and weapons. Bunch of unarmored peasants. Yeah, should have seen that coming. Angry mobs are dangerous, though. Yikes. How's the oh, it can't go that way. How are the temple knights, the crucible knights doing? Oh, these lot are in league with the Animancers! Shoot. Moorcomber's gonna die. Take back our city! We knew that the city was on the brink. Honestly, I don't think these justiciars are even close to damaged. I'm not sure these guys can get past their damage reduction. Oh, man. Oof. On fire. Oh, I see. I don't get to teleport. Fair enough. Luckily, this is right here. Uh-oh. Shit. As a sanitarium, right? Yeah. Well, at least their ire isn't directed at us. Oof. At least Hadra House isn't connected with the Animancers, at least publicly. Or is it? I think we're too late. Anyone alive here still? I don't think this was the riders, though. I think this was very much the leaden key. Come at long last for the traitor web. And there she is. Lady Webb lies still in her bed, an ornate cushion propping her back upright. The blood pooled beneath a gash in her chest is tacky and nearly dry. Shattered glass rests on the floor beneath her dangling hand. You can feel the faint aura of her fading essence in your ken. I probably killed her before. The Duke. Probably soon after we left. You make contact and are immersed in a torrent of sensory input and experience. When it calms, you find yourself in the same room, lying in bed with a glass of brandy in your hand. Through the walls from the streets outside come the sounds of screams and shattering glass and the cacophony of an angry mob. You take a sip and it warms your gullet. Across the room, the door opens. Behind a patient, steady push. Into the room walks Theos, the floorboards creaking beneath deliberate steps. You wait until the last of the brandy has trickled down your throat before you speak.
I was a fool to think I could tame these people.
Talking about, the citizenry?
You came closer than most.
A fine epitaph.
Yeah, I suppose so.
No worse than any.
You are concentrating, focusing with all your energy. It feels as though you are diving into a stone wall over and over, but it cracks suddenly, unexpectedly, allowing the vaguest wisp of a thought to leak through.
What's in Twin Elms?
Is it finally time for us to go there?
Did you pull that from my thoughts?
That is impressive, actually. She never was able to crack his thoughts in life. Until I suppose the very end.
I've had time to practice.
Yeah, you have. He walks over to a small table and raises a half-empty brandy bottle to eye level. He seems to approve of the selection, begins to reach for an empty glass.
I was saving that for someone.
Aw, thank you, Lady Webb.
Pity. You know this is how it has to be.
He replaces the brandy bottle on the table with care before approaching the bedside. He sits on the edge of the bed next to you. His words come freely, absent of all doubt. He draws a long, curved knife from his belt, smeared with fresh blood. With his left hand, he gently pins your sternum as he raises the knife in the other. It points dangling above your heart.
Prove it.
Theos slips the knife between your ribs and pushes it through. Layers of tissue separate with brittle, papery stiffness, and blood wells up around the blade. A impulsive reflex causes you to drop your glass to the floor, and you hear it shatter. With the last of your strength, you take his knife hand in both of yours, a question radiant in your mind. For an instant, to your great surprise, the pathway to his mind is left open to you, unguarded, and the answer comes. Simple, cataclysmic in its recording of your thoughts. As Lady Webb, you feel as though you have an answer you've searched for all your life. But in your own mind, her understanding lies just beyond your reach. You look at Theos with wide eyes, of someone singing for the first time, and draw your last breath as a black, velvety darkness descends over you. Well, at least she found her answer. At least he gave her his answer, or her answer. I think the fact that he was willing to do that in the end at least somewhat hints at what that answer might be. If he didn't care for her at all, I don't think he would have left his mind unguarded for her, even as she was about to die, or dying.
Smoke rises above the city walls in billowing plumes that blacken the sky like a storm. Behind the walls, the riots rage on. Known patrons of Animancy are forced into hiding as looters ransack their estates and make off with their possessions. Animancers are torn away from their families and dragged from their homes to be stoned to
This
death
is
in
exactly
the
what I didn't
streets.
want the dozens to be able
Word
to do.
had spread immediately that Duke Avar had been assassinated, and that an Animancer was to blame. The city wasted little time in exacting revenge,
Shit.
and little effort into evaluating guilt. In the center of it all, Brackenberry Sanitarium burned. And down the lane, Hodred House, the last bastion of stability in the Deerwood, had fallen silent. Now safely outside the city gate, your path points eastward to Twin Elms, where Theos is bound, for reasons that remain mysterious as the leaden key itself.
God. This is exactly what I was trying to prevent by not siding with the dozens. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh. But I suppose it was inevitable in the end.